All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Average Takes. And baseball is back, Trevor.
Welcome back.
Oh, you trying to pull the Roman right there? Well, baseball is back, baby. The players, MLBPA, and the MLB owners have come to agreement. And opening day is April 7th. Trevor, how are you feeling?
I'm hype. I can't wait. Been waiting for this all off season.
We absolutely love it here at Average Takes. And
Yeah, this is prime. This is where we make our best content, I believe. So with baseball in a lockout, we were kind of just waiting on the edge of our seats, kind of decide what's going on. But now it's back, and we're gonna bring you the best content, whether you believe it or not. It will be the best out.
Average Takes, baby, make sure you like, comment, and are subscribed for sure. We're giving away a freaking Stagecoach ticket on our Instagram right now. So make sure you're there. A free ticket, or you could sell it $500. There you go. Pocket the cash. Just like that.
Courtesy of Average Takes.
Or you
we're always giving back to our people.
Yeah, always giving back. You go watch Luke Holmes, Carrie Underwood. You'll have a great time. It's going to be a great weekend at Stagecoach. So make sure you're on our Instagram.
One lucky guest gets to
go. Lucky guest gets to go for free. So if you're planning to go, your ticket's free. There you go. All you have to do is make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. You tag a friend on our Instagram and you just share it, I think. Something like that. All right, let's get into this CBA agreement. So baseball's been in a lockout. If you are just waking up out of a freaking, what's it called?
A coma?
Yeah, there you go. Jesus. I almost said coffin was on my mind for some reason. You're waking from the dead. If you're waking up from a coma and you don't know what's going on in the baseball world, you're thinking, oh, spring training should be going on right now. What's going on in my favorite team? Well, it hasn't. There was a 100-day lockout. We finally come to agreement. A week ago, we thought 2 series were suspended. Last night, we recorded a whole entire podcast because 4 series had been suspended. Today, we were recording a new podcast because that podcast is junk.
Yep.
Because baseball's back. It all doesn't matter anymore. We can't put up that footage saying baseball ain't back because it's back. The threshold for each team this year is $230 million, so that's a jump. It's a nice jump. And then in 2026, the last year of the CBA agreement, it'll be $244 million. So that's a $14 million jump in a matter of a couple of years. There will be a 12-team postseason. This is kind of like the COVID situation. The first team that are like the first seed, the best seeded team.
First series is 3-game series.
Yes, and the wild card series is a 3-game series. Actual, us Padre fans know it, remember it, love it because it was when Tatis and Manny hit the homers to put us back, come back from being down the first game. And all back in the day, if you freaking lost that game wild card, you were out. Like, it was one and done. And after 162, one and done just didn't feel right. 3 feels right.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting. I truly don't think there's any losers in this new agreement. The players win, the owners win because they get, and the fans win. Like, I really don't see anybody losing. You already know the owners have been winning for so long, so I'm glad they finally came to their senses, agreed upon a deal.
Us fans have been waiting.
Baseball is back, and I think that's what it was. Like, in past lockouts, there hasn't been such a social media presence on lockouts, basically. So, I mean, shout out to the people who were complaining. Maybe you guys got the job done. Rob Manfred was tired of the ats threatening him in the DM. So maybe you guys won. Whatever, we don't care no more because baseball's back and that's what we like.
I'm so happy that baseball's back. It was a long lockout. We missed the entire free agency offseason. The winter meetings where trades usually go down, the long free agency process. A lot of the big name free agents are still on the board. Not many guys got signed in the short period before the lockout started.
Yeah, for real. And I really find it hard to believe that they were kind of not interested or not talking with the team agent and team and stuff. Like, there's got to be some loophole somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think they were. That's why we haven't seen a deal happen in a matter of minutes.
I know. That's why it was hard for me to believe that. Like, we haven't heard of one deal yet, and
we haven't even heard of no rumors are swirling.
We're 5 hours into free agency, so
yes, 5.5 hours into free.
This next few days are going to be jam packed with guys signing new teams. Agents and teams got to work fast. They got to work hard, and maybe this is better for those free agents who waited because now they're feeling pressure. Man, I need to sign this contract or else I'm not getting paid this year. Blah blah blah. Maybe they get some teams are just fuck it. Here, we got more money to spend this year. We're gonna pay you more money. So I hope that's kind of how it pans out. But we'll see. We'll see. There's gonna be a lot of movement these next couple of days.
Getting back to the 12-team postseason, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I love it.
Love it. Yeah, more baseball being played.
Well, yeah, that. And then if you look at it from an owner standpoint, my team gets that much more opportunity to make the playoffs. We get to make more money in the playoffs, And in every sport, how it's always is you want a chance at playoffs. If you can get into playoffs, you never know what happens. We see it every year, random teams, and baseball is always one of those sports where you really have to play till the 9th inning, 27th out to determine who's the winner. So I think I like it. I hope it balances out more because it's gonna be like crappy seeing like an 8 seed that's really not good. Like shouldn't it be there at all? But
well, sometimes we see teams like the Blue Jays this past season, to bring up prior, that were really good and really hot towards the end of the year, but didn't start so hot. They made a couple trade deadline moves to get better, and they ended up missing the postseason, which was very unfortunate. But a lot of people were scared of that team going in. Like I remember talking about the Blue Jays, they had like 3 guys who were very hot in their lineup going into the end of the year. Yeah. And 2 of them were MVP, like top 5 MVP guys.
Yeah.
And they had a Cy Young.
Yep.
So it was a team that missed playoffs, but in this new bracket, they make playoffs. And that team would have done damage. You can't tell me young Vladdy Guerrero in the playoffs when the MLB were juicing the balls to get views, that guy wouldn't have smashed homers.
I mean, yeah, that's a great point to bring up, that the Blue Jays were a great example of that.
I mean, the Padres were too. Padres were a team that missed out last year. Our Padres, I know we fell off.
A playoff spot.
They didn't deserve one. They fell off the wagon at the end of the year that we were trying to prepare fans for, but
that's crazy. That was already out the window. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'm already focused on this year. I don't care.
I am focused on this year because
I'm already thinking we're World Series. We're gonna win the World Series.
This announcement has brought my brain back to fresh, like baseball. Like for so long, it was just I thought about baseball. It was lockout, depression, nothing's happening. But now it's like baseball's back. I have to relive last year a little bit because that was the last baseball we've seen, and it was so shitty because we all thought the team was good. But this team is already 10 times better because
10 times, and it all started with the manager improvement.
It all started with the change of scenery. Manager, a winner, a veteran, Bob Melvin coming to the Padres. And now, speaking of Padres and Bob Melvin, you brought this up a couple podcasts ago when we were talking about the Padres. We got a DH. NL has a DH now. And now, by the Padres hiring an AL manager, he's dealt with the DH his entire career with the Angel or with the A's. I mean, when he was with the Arizona Diamondbacks, obviously he didn't have a DH back then, but
Yeah, and I mean, there's gonna be some guys who look at it as, oh, it's gonna get easier for the managers now. Which I mean, controlling who's like when you pinch hit your pitcher, that will be easier. But like the other side, it gets harder, the pitching part of it. And a lot of these NL managers haven't really experienced it. I'm sure it's not going to be something that's like going to be too like noticeable, but
a
it helps
lot.
in the earlier in the season when you have a manager who's already done it forever. So
Yeah, it's comfortability early on for them, and a lot of teams, a lot of these NL teams use the double switch so much to their advantage because of the pinch or because of the pitcher hitting.
yeah,
You would pinch hit them and double switch
the NL was truly like more
of a
how
baseball,
original
old
baseball
school
should be
baseball.
played. Yeah,
Yes,
when the
and
manager can kind of make decisions that will change the game. Now
yeah,
it's literally just straight your best nine versus my best nine, and let's fucking go.
and I think that's what fans have deserved for a long time. But there's been such old heads in baseball for such a long
Still
time.
is. Still
There
are.
still is because this took 100 days to pass through, and we couldn't like meet in the middle on anything.
Yeah, and one other way to look at it is 15 more jobs are now open in the MLB.
Yes, yes, and we're
Guys
not
are getting
taking.
paid.
You're not taking away any jobs. You're really not. There is not a pitcher on a team that is there because he could hit. There's
Nope.
truly not. So you're not taking away any jobs. You're only adding jobs with the DH.
Yeah, and
Now,
now you can focus more. Say the 20 minutes that everyone was spending on bunting, now it's let's work on some fastballs. Let's work on some sliders for those 20 minutes. Maybe the pitching gets better. That's what we're hoping for.
yes, the pitchers could totally focus on pitching and not have to worry about, oh shit, I have an at bat in the middle of this inning. Like I'm not
Yeah,
gonna get my
it's
full
gonna be a
rest.
great year. It's gonna be a
It's
great
gonna be a
year.
great year, especially because the Padres last year had a lot of guys come from an AL team. Blake Snell never picked up a bat before, and it showed. Yu Darvish hadn't really picked up a bat. Like, yeah, with the Cubs a little bit, but he did not want to hit. He came out
He
and said
raked. He raked.
he said he didn't want to hit. Joe Musgrove rakes, but I don't want to see him in my lineup.
What about
when
Ryan
two on
Weathers?
and two out. Ryan Weathers rakes homer
Rakes.
the show for it. But these guys I don't want to see with 2 on and 2 out.
Yeah, in bottom of the 13th when there's a guy
Yeah,
on second. No more,
exactly.
none of that.
I don't want to see a pitcher stroll up to the plate when the game's on the line. You know how many games last year the Dodgers walked 2 guys to get to a pitcher? I could
Dude,
remember them do that versus the Padres so many times. Dave Roberts would walk, intentional walk, intentional walk. Oh, and then because our rookie freaking manager double switched a guy, our pitcher's now in our 6th spot. In a prime situation, our pitcher's up 1, 2, 3, inning over.
idiots.
So I
You
am
could say his
so
name if you
happy.
wanted to instead of our
Oh, no, no, no,
idiot rookie manager.
no, 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 because he wasn't a rookie, but I just hate him. I no longer want to speak of his name. All right, there's a couple more things. Baseball its root is back. There's no more 7-inning doubleheaders. We're getting 9-inning doubleheaders. Y'all motherfuckers are playing full game baseball. The players I know like the 7-inning or the 7-inning doubleheader.
Yeah, because Mad Bum can throw a no hitter and it doesn't count.
No,
That's why.
because it was less games or less innings played on their bodies.
No, that's true too. But you don't realize, and I learned this when I was playing college. Games are truly won and lost in literally the 7th, 8th, and 9th inning. So when you cut down those two innings, games change in those 8th and 9th. You really do not know how much games change on a daily basis in the 8th and 9th inning of games. So one, that's why it's always great to have a fantastic closer, which Padre fans have been pretty blessed to have a great closer the last
until this point.
25 years.
That's something that the Padres need to look out for sure.
Yeah,
But
but
I agree with what
adding
you're
those
saying. Those
2 more innings,
yes, the
there's no
late
more runner on
inning.
second.
Yeah, and I always had a problem with this. I I was a I was more of a fan of the 7 inning double headers because we didn't see it as much. But we saw a guy on second so much last season around the league to start extra innings. I know games didn't go to past like the 13th or 14th inning, and that was really good for all around. Like that did what the league was testing it to do. Like, will this
It's
cut
shitty.
down the extra inning games? Like, will we not see a 17 or an 18th? And yeah, it did that, but it was not baseball. Putting a pitcher in that predicament to start an inning is not
Sucks.
baseball.
Literally sucks. And some of these hitters are really truly that good where
Yes.
you really have no shot against them.
Yes, bro. Some of these players in this league know exactly where to put the ball in any given moment.
No, and for them, you know how easy it is to just hit a ground ball at second base? Runner on third now with 1 out, which
One
that's
out.
every hitter's dream scenario. All you have to do is hit a fly ball.
Yes. All you have to do is put ball to bat, and most likely that runner scores.
In that situation, yes, because I'm sure the infield's in. So literally all you have to do is touch the ball. And
that's not baseball. There's a lot more to this game. It is very, very hard to get on base.
yeah, they would just throw a guy on second.
On second in scoring position, like that's almost weirder than using two freaking different baseballs.
We used to do that when I was 12. They called it the California tiebreaker. Go into extra innings,
Yeah.
that guy would go on second. Last out. That's not an MLB rule. Jim Bronies. Stupid idiots.
More
Kid
things
rule.
more things that are happening in the near future though. Bigger bases.
Yeah, don't not affecting me.
Do you like that or no?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
I like that
I think Ricky Henderson's stolen base record will never be beaten in our
no
lifetime.
matter what. But I think that it shouldn't be an overall like bigger base. I think it should be like a softball base. You know how
I
a
mean, yeah.
softball base is 2 bases wide
Yeah.
and the runner gets his lane and the first baseman gets their lane?
Yeah, but I like the way that they're doing it now.
I mean, yeah, it's just a bigger bag. It's doing essentially that. It's
I
giving the
don't
runner
there's
more
no I
room.
don't know the science behind it, but I can't see how it can make like guys faster or anything like that. But
Well,
like
it's a closer distance, the bigger bag. That's all it is.
yeah, but like sliding, like there's some slides where like you're literally have a fingertip on the base.
Yeah, and
Some
now
guys will figure
those
that out
fast
quick.
guys will be a hair faster now because of
Yeah,
the
and you
big base.
saw what Tatis was doing with a normal bag. The
Yeah.
acrobats he was putting on the field.
What were another things that pitch clock? It'll be like 14 seconds with no runners on and then 19 seconds with runner on. That's a weird one to me.
What was it before?
There's not really a pitch clock. It's just like there's a clock, but it's just to keep the game going. Like for an ump to be like, hey, come on, you're taking too long. Like that's all it is right now in the league. But there will be like a rule in the near future. I'm not too sure how that rule will stick.
Yeah, I don't know.
One of the big things in this deal that stopped it from happening yesterday was the international draft. And baseball, everyone was ready for the league to be back because they gave us another deadline. They have till July 25th to figure out the international draft.
Yeah. I mean,
that's the one weird thing about this is that they didn't come to an official agreement on that. And
I just think that's because so many important people spoke up about that ASAP, literally soon.
yes,
As soon as they heard it, they spoke up about it. And I think that's kind of what the Players Association said. Look,
it's gonna
these
take a
main
lot more
guys
than
from
just
these
now.
countries do not like this, so we need to actually just have a sit down conversation instead of just throwing it in.
And
So
MLB heard them and said we won't start it until 2024. We'll put a plan in place and all that.
yeah, and
So
I
they
don't know
have.
who
Oh, go ahead.
represents like the international game, like who was representing them there at least. Like where's their say?
I'm not too sure. I think that's
Yeah,
why a lot of those guys like Fernando Tatis Jr. and David Ortiz to come out and say something publicly, so that the players and the owners were like, you know what, maybe this is something that's going to take a lot more time than we have right now.
yeah,
And
and it
so
seemed
if that deadline is, there's a deal reached by then, this qualifying offer will be gone. So baseball right now has a qualifying offer where they can attach a player, either base salary of like 17.9 million or 18.2 or something like that, and along with them is a draft pick. And so players wanted to get rid of that because that kind of hindered their free agency. Because now
yeah.
you have a smudge on you. You know, if I sign that guy, I lose a middle of first, second round pick.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that the players were really strongly wanting to get rid of. It's like if the NFL had their franchise tag, which they do, but along with that franchise tag was a pick that a little round happened in between the first and second round of the NFL draft that was for all those franchise tags. So let's say Devontae got franchise tag. He said no. He gets signed. He's now worth a second round pick, basically. So
Is that what the competitive balance rounds are,
the yeah, yes,
or the
yes,
the like side rounds, or
yes,
the
yes. In the draft, yeah, when there's like 7 picks in the
yeah.
middle of nowhere, that's because the key guys were taken in free agency and they earned those picks. But it gives up a lot, and a team also is giving up picks. Like when the Padres signed Manny Machado, I think they gave up picks, and Eric Hosmer, they gave up picks.
Good.
But it's worth it at that point. So that's what those two are tied together right now.
That's
Qualifying
in the
offer
international.
and international draft.
Oh,
MLB said, "Well, we got a side here. We're not giving up one without the other."
nice. We'll see what happens then.
We'll see what happens, but that's July 25th. That's going to be all behind the scenes. Baseball will still be played. We already talked about universal DH. Now the draft lottery. This is a little weird.
This is new, right?
This is new. The first 6 picks will be a lottery. It will no longer be the worst team. And then after multiple losing seasons, you start falling further in the draft. So if you have 3 like bottom 5 years in a row, you can no longer get a top 6 pick. And then if you have 5, you can no longer get a top 10 pick. And then so on and so on. So this is rewarding teams to win.
That's fire.
This was a huge point in this CBA, was a team is no longer getting rewarded to lose. Like, remember back in the day, the Astros were like the worst team and they had like 6 picks, first round picks in a row, it felt like.
Yeah. And the Nationals.
And the Nationals, and it felt like the Cubs were also like just top, always having a top round pick.
Yeah.
And then 5 years later, you're top of the MLB because you tanked. So that is trying to eliminate tanking. And the last thing one of the last things is minimum salary. Minimum salary in MLB used to be like $390K or something like that. It's like
fire
double.
in MLB when I do franchise. I get signed cheap guys.
Yeah. Or what was it usually when you sign people in like 500K maybe?
Yeah, 500K has been the base the last
Yeah, so maybe it was 500K. It's
three,
now
4 years.
700K. And in 2026, the last year of this deal, it's going to 780. So minimum salary is almost $1 million.
Yeah,
That's kind I mean, hey, you weren't getting rewarded to play in the major leagues.
I mean that's just has to go with the guys signing the $300 million deals. Like, kudos to them. You get to you raise the bottom of the barrel too.
That was this CBA. A lot of those guys, Max Scherzer was a big part of fighting for this, even though he did not agree at the end. He still fought for a lot of this, even though he had just signed a nice deal after coming off a wonderful deal. So, I mean, it's kudos to the players for fighting for
But
this.
I still don't want to hear that like
I don't
the
want to hear
players
nothing
don't
about
get
this.
paid
Yeah, I don't want
enough
to hear
anymore.
nothing about that
No.
because to play a kid's game, bro, you're getting paid upwards of $700,000
Yeah.
to be in front of millions of people just to play a game, bro. Like you're lucky.
You're lucky you're
One,
good.
like I know we joked about it, but be blue collar for a day
Yeah.
and make blue collar money for a day. You'll shit the bed.
No, that's facts.
You
I
know,
mean, a
that's
lot of these.
it's real life. Like, hey, you guys were fighting for $700,000 to play in the major league. Yeah, well, the rest of America makes like the average is like what 55K a year.
Yeah, probably
So,
around that.
so you're lucky. I mean, like everyone was on the player side for so long, but man, if you think about this as a normal human,
Yeah, no.
that is absurd amount of money just to be a guy
The
who
whole thing to me is absurd. Millionaires fighting billionaires.
yes,
That
that's what it is.
that's absurd to me. Just fucking do your job. That's literally it. Like, I get at the end of the day they signed, all these great things are happening, which is what you want as a fan. But
But
like,
it's stupid we went through this because
yeah, we
you are
missed a whole
playing a
month of spring
sport
training. You missed a whole month of all that. Like, over nothing now. Over nothing.
over nothing because you play a sport that is
Or
for
at
people
the
to
very
enjoy.
minimum, it was over 200,000.
Yeah, I mean a lot of rules have changed, but it it was I mean good cause whatever, but I think it was over nothing because this is all for the fans. Like MLB, sports are played for people to enjoy, not for people to fight with their bosses, owners versus players.
Yeah, no.
Like
And
it's not
I mean,
baseball's not for the people who are in that room arguing.
no,
It's not.
no.
It's not for they play a game that's not for them. It's for fans. It's for the people who can't play the game.
Yep.
The people who have to work tired, long, shitty jobs. Like sports are the backbone of America because people are able to shut their brain off. Like that's why it's healthy to be able to like do something else than think about the bad things in life. Like that's what sucks about there being a lockout for so long is that it felt like they didn't give a fuck about the fans.
Yeah, and I mean,
It's
if
like
you,
you said, millionaires versus billionaires,
yeah,
not
and then
thinking about the normal.
there's the other side of it too, where yeah, we argued for 100 days, but now the next 5 years are going to be exactly how we wanted it to be, like what we were fighting for. So I see that part, but I also see that other
Hopefully,
part where we just missed a whole month and now we're still getting pushed back. Yes, I understand there'll be like a full season played, but still,
it won't
pitchers and
be. It's
catchers were
not a
supposed to
normal
report
full
2
season.
weeks ago.
Yeah, like we are now fast forwarding spring training, and maybe this is another test by MLB because I've heard around the baseball world that a lot of people think spring training is too long. So maybe this was a test. Maybe they were all, you
Yeah,
know what, we could still make opening day. We push it. Spring
I think
training's
it's
only a
at
month.
least in this situation where you had to rely on the players to stay in shape necessarily. So I think from that part,
I hope everyone's staying in shape and cared because
Yeah, the 2 weeks that you will get in spring training, I don't think guys will be necessarily game ready by April 7th now.
no,
Being
and
at
usually pitchers and catchers report 10 days earlier than hitters just
yeah,
to get everything back. Now everyone's reporting the same. Pitchers are going to have to be full speed. Like, I hope nothing bad happens with that.
yeah, and that's usually where injuries happen. When you have to ramp it up quick and you're not ready. So hopefully these guys have stayed in shape. I'm praying they have, but I don't know. Like, what are we gonna do if they're out of shape? Nothing. We're not. We're gonna watch them suck. But other than that, we just have to pray.
Yeah, and I haven't even been thinking about it, but some guys don't really care. Some guys are there for the money. Like the NFL, when guys show up to camp like 300 pounds overweight, like are
Yeah.
fighting for, baseball doesn't have any time for fuck arounds right now.
No, and
Like spring training, usually like guys getting back into shape. Like, I hope
luckily, I'm hoping it's like the veterans that are like that though. Guys who have been in the game while there's not too many on the Padres at this moment.
I hope everyone was ready for
some
the season.
Some guys literally though when they just turn into a different person when they hear the bats hitting the balls, the gloves popping. Like literally, as soon as they get to spring training, oh, I'm ready to play. Like something just clicks in them. They could be having the same routine. Something just clicks in them when they're around all the boys, they're around all the guys, playing catch, playing a little kids game.
There's a lot of little things also in this deal. Like guys could only be brought up and sent down 5 times in a season now. So that's
wasn't it 3 before?
No, 3 times in your career, like 3 years in your career, you could be brought up.
Oh, it was unlimited.
It was literally unlimited before we could drop you, pick you up when we needed you, spot start, send you back. It didn't matter.
So like, I guess that like the GM's
Reese
job gets a little harder.
Yes, it makes a lot of guys' jobs harder. But Reese Kinnear last year for the Padres, he was one of those type of guys that got brought up, sent down just for starts, and they play with a lot of guys' time because of relievers. You throw a guy for 3 innings, you're able to send him down. You do and pull someone else up who's fresh the next day. So it's going to be weird. 5 times in a year is not that much over 162. But at the same time, we're also hearing that rosters may be expanded. It was sitting at 26 currently.
That's one more than 20. What it normally is, right?
No, well, last year it was 26.
But like 2-3 years ago, it was 25. I thought.
Yeah, a couple years, 2 years ago, I think, or COVID, I think they added another guy. So 3 years ago.
Nice, and I wonder if there's going to be any COVID sicknesses this year.
Well, we didn't see a single one in the NFL playoffs, and I haven't heard of a single one in basketball.
Devin Booker did. I'm pretty sure he just got out though.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Dang, I really haven't heard much about it.
I'm just gonna be shocked when,
like, even in real life, speaking not on pod, I really haven't heard much about COVID in a long time.
It's over.
Like California, or at least San Diego, masks were able to be off for non-vaccinated in the workplace. So,
wow.
Don't know.
We're getting flagged. You said the V word, dude.
Maybe.
You said the big C.
Well, that was most of what I had for baseball. We were trying to wait up and see if anyone got signed, but 5 hours in, 6 hours in, and not a single major league free agent signing. Everyone, as soon as the deal was wrapping up, was like, all right, who's doing it? Who's
get ready
first
to
off
roll.
the board? Let's get
Hop
ready.
on the rocket ship. We're blasting
and then,
off.
In movies, like instantly cut to crickets. That's what it's been for 6 hours. It's just crickets.
Yeah.
But in the NFL world, we talked about it a little yesterday. I think I'm going to try to clip that in at the end so we get a little bit of Roman and our reactions to yesterday's trades. But there was another trade that happened today in the NFL world.
Oh, really?
I kind of wanted to touch on it.
I'm surprised it took you this long
Took me
to
a
bring it
little
up.
long, but I'm very excited for baseball season, and football has taken a backseat in my mind, even though the combine just recently happened and a lot of football news has happened. But the Los Angeles Chargers traded for the Chicago Bears Khalil Mack for this year's second round pick and next year's sixth round pick. And Trevor, I like this trade a lot. This finally pairs someone next to Joey Bosa. I mean, we haven't had that in a couple years. And even if we did with Melvin Ingram, he wasn't very consistent in the last couple years. So I think bringing in a veteran guy who knows this division, who has a keen eye for his former team, who is just a monster. I think Khalil Mack, when he's fully healthy, is one of the best DNs, outside linebackers, whatever you want to call them, in the league. He has some unreal pass rush moves, strength. He just needs to stay healthy, and maybe that was a little bit of the bearitis. You know, for the last couple of years, you didn't see any will or want to win over there in Chicago. So maybe that he didn't play that much this year. Who knows why? But I'm very excited. The Bears are taking up all dead money on him, and that means the Chargers have a free out if they want to after a year or two, because he has 3 years left on his deal. And I like him a lot when he's healthy. That's going to be a key thing. That's a key for a lot of guys on the Chargers roster every year. So, but at bringing Khalil Mack back with Brandon Staley, I think he's going to be huge. The last time him and Staley were together was Khalil Mack's All-Pro year. And so I think that's going to be a huge benefit to the Chargers, huge benefit to Khalil. He's not going to go to a team that doesn't know him at all. Like the head freaking coach knows you and loves you and your name. All these guys were tweeting about you. I think it's going to be a good move as long as the man stays healthy, Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a good move. I'm not too fond of. I'm like not updated on how, if that's truly like a need. You guys seem to have a positive reaction from what I've gathered throughout the day. He is a big name though. Khalil Mack is a big name. He's been a big name the last 6 years. So landing him on your squad is obviously going to be huge. Personally, I've seen a team that has filled some pretty hefty pass rushers. It's nice, trust me. It's nice.
Yeah, you do
Hope
have
you
a
get to
team that has a very
experience
nice defense.
some
And that's
good
what the Chargers
sacks.
lacked last year. The
Those are game
Chargers,
changing sacks too.
yes, and that's what Khalil Mack brings. He has a lot of strip sacks. He has a lot of touchdowns too. That's one thing that not too many guys have. He has like 3 strip sack for touchdowns. So he's the energy that I think will be good. Chargers defense was 30th last year, and I think rushing the passer was even worse. So I'm looking for the Chargers, my Chargers, obviously, to upgrade a little bit more. I would love for them to draft Jordan Davis, D tackle. I think that's the absolute like gold mine for them to solidify this defense up front, make it nasty. And then
yeah, that'd be fire. I saw that he's ranked like 35th on some people's big board, so 17th may be a reach, but if that's your need, like you got to get what your need is. I don't understand teams that don't get their needs. Really pisses me off in the draft. So you might as well get them. In my case, the Steelers, Deshaun Watson has a big trial tomorrow morning, and I hope news goes right because he may become a Pittsburgh Steeler, and I know the league does not want that to happen. All 3 main African American voices on one team. the league does not want that.
The league doesn't want it. But you never know with Deshaun. There are a lot of quarterback openings. And you keep saying you're Steelers because that's what you want. But I'm hearing Seahawks. Like legit hearing Seahawks are interested. So, I mean, it's all rumors. Who knows? The Steelers might be doing a lot of background and don't want people to know. You never know what teams are doing. But Deshaun Watson does have a big case Friday morning. This podcast will be out Friday, probably afternoon, maybe Saturday. Don't know. But I'm interested because we just missed a whole year of this man's great career. Deshaun Watson is a stud.
And what's even crazier is I haven't seen one video or nothing about him. Like, he hasn't been in public or nothing. It's crazy to me.
Yeah,
I didn't see him on the field at any of the games, nothing.
Well, I saw him for a little bit. It was like...
Oh, when he was wearing the Jets hat or something like that, right?
No, I saw him on the field.
Oh.
It was like not spring training, but like camp, whatever that is. And he was in his gear, just like stretching and walking around. He's like, "Why are you recording me? Record them. That's a team." And that was the last time I seen him. It was literally like training camp. And I haven't heard about him or seen him since.
I just hope he turned into the Batman, Just went into his cave.
I'm really interested. I don't want him to go to the Seahawks because it's just picking him up and putting him on a different team. Same shit, though.
All of this is on speculation that he is not guilty as well. If he is guilty, then yeah, maybe he deserves some time behind bars. But at this point, we're speculating not guilty.
And I mean, I'm hoping he's not guilty because we don't want anything like that to happen to anybody.
No.
But he is an awesome football player, and I would love to see him back on the field.
In some black and yellow gear.
That I will not say. But I think I want to touch on, more, but I think I'm going to link in the Lost Pod because just our football talk about it, about the Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Carson Wentz deals. So nothing wrong with being average. Shenny, baseball is freaking back. Go Padres. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you enter that raffle. It's just right around the corner. We're going to be giving away, announcing the winner here soon. So nothing wrong with being average. A lot of football trades and re-signs, and a lot of football shit's gone down on like the first day that it could.
Football is a superior sport, and it just takes over all sports during.
In what world?
It's March Madness right now, and it's getting no love because a lot of sports stuff, a lot of football stuff has been happening.
A lot of football stuff.
I already forgot. Can you remind me?
Yeah, I can. Aaron freaking Rodgers, welcome back to Green Bay. Shenny, your dreams have
been shattered.
This past season, all you've been saying is Aaron to the Steelers.
Yeah, you're right.
Aaron to the Steelers. Aaron to the Steelers, but
buffered.
Yeah, buffered because all I can imagine is Aaron as a Green Bay Packer, maybe.
Well, it's not hard to imagine.
$200 million.
Why
do he doesn't believe it?
4 years, $200 million.
I believe every word of that.
I believe that contract's real. Aaron Rodgers could say whatever he wants.
Why not?
On Twitter.
Why don't you believe it?
Because they're already negative $38 million in cap, and they just franchise tagged Devontae Adams, which when you franchise tag someone, you're probably going to sign them to a contract extension at some point during the offseason.
But a lump sum of that money could be towards the back end of those 4 years.
I really don't think Aaron gives a fuck about money anymore. He just wants to win.
It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it.
Bro, he can go to Denver, or not anymore actually, but he could go anywhere else and get just as big a pack as that one, $200 million, 4 years. So
in the Packers situation, they cannot afford a $200 million contract.
Oh, he doesn't want to do some weird shit with their contract situation. So I think the contract will work itself out. No matter what, Aaron's back in Green Bay. Like, no matter what we talk about, we could say whatever, contract's not real.
Yeah.
he's back in Green Bay.
And
Devontae, maybe not after a year because he was franchise tagged, and for the second consecutive year he was franchise tagged. So you can't do it 3 years in a row. So it's either extension for him or he's gone next year.
I'm telling you, Aaron signed this contract wanting to play with all of his buddies that he just fucking got signed there. So he's not going to take a fucking $50 million a year.
It's going to be something like that. Maybe it's a contract.
it's gonna be a bag, bro. I don't
It's
know
a
why
contract
you don't think
where
it's gonna be a bag.
he has a bonus in the beginning and then gets a base
If
salary.
you look at the blueprint for all the teams that have won a Super Bowl the last 10 years, the quarterback makes the 15th most money on the team.
Yes.
Tom Brady was never the highest paid player on the Patriots.
Always
That's the
took a salary.
blueprint, and that is exactly what Aaron Rodgers wants to follow. So might as well fucking do it like that. Get everybody else around
I'm
you.
not too
Get-
sure.
When offers like this are on the table, buddy.
Doesn't seem like it to me.
This is year 18. I guarantee.
You think
guarantee
this contract is nothing like the details that
I
were presented.
guarantee it's in the 30 to 35 range.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
No, there's no shot, buddy.
Guaranteed.
I think it's closer to what it was
It's
reported.
gonna be like 195 for 4 years.
No.
Yeah.
Unless they work some cap casualty type of deal where they make it bonus and stuff like that, like the Cowboys just did. Maybe that's what they'll do. Hey, Aaron, next year we'll give you $50 million up front and turn it into a bonus, so it doesn't go against the cap.
Yep.
Like that's how NFL does. If the owners want to do it like that,
Well,
and I
yeah,
know
yes.
Green Bay doesn't have a true owner.
Yeah. So
But like when you restructure contracts like the Cowboys did, it makes it weird, but the owner has to pay that salary up front. Like Dak got his whole contract restructured for next year, so it's just a bonus straight up right now. Soon as season starts, he gets a bonus.
yeah.
Could be something like that.
So I think that NFL works in weird ways where they could fit cap and how shit works.
Yeah.
So
How many teams are over their limit right now?
a lot.
Exactly. Why not go further?
6 or 7.
Why not go deeper?
Why not?
Yeah.
Because then you get even more, and then
Hey.
you can't. Then you in 4 or
Win now.
5 years,
Win now
you literally
situation.
won't have any.
Only got
Like
4 years to
the
win
Saints
another one.
right now. The Saints are in the fucking cap hell.
Exactly. But win now. It's all about the championships, right?
Well, there was a lot
That's
more.
why he's not signing for $200 million.
I think. I mean,
We'll see. We'll see.
you could say that,
Yeah.
and Aaron could come out and tweet that. But until those
Which he
numbers on the
did.
table, we
Which he
got.
did.
What do you
We
think
got some
Devontae's going to
numbers.
sign for then? What do you
What?
think his contract's looking like?
Devontae gets a sign
Next
for
year?
however much he wants.
Yeah, I mean,
Literally, however much he wants.
Oh, so he gets to get picked, but Aaron Rodgers can't pick?
No, Aaron Rodgers can't. He has no choice.
doesn't
He
seem
has
like it.
plenty of choices, buddy.
Seems like he had
Plenty.
a
Zero
nice.
choice in
option.
Devontae's contract.
No shot.
Well, a lot more quarterback carousels.
earlier. The Broncos.
Russell freaking Wilson gets traded.
Oh, yeah.
10 years since he was
No.
drafted.
He's now the second best quarterback in the AFC West, arguably the first.
If he looks like he did last year, he might be the worst.
Yeah. Derek Carr might be better than him.
He
honestly.
played terrible last year. I know he came off a hand injury, but
He had
was
one of the best wide
absolutely
receiver
terrible.
cores. One of the best wide receiver cores and was terrible.
What about his O line?
Couldn't tell you.
Couldn't
One
tell
of the
you.
worst. Them, I'll say it
That's
right now. One of
fine.
the worst.
Get it out quicker.
Bottom
He's a running
five.
quarterback at
But
him.
also
Five-
one
bottom
of the
five
most
rushing team as well.
one of the most respected coaches in the business.
Yep.
And now he's going to go to a rookie, Nathaniel Hackett, who is Green Bay's offensive coordinator. Not even a real offensive coordinator because LaFleur calls the plays.
Yeah.
So he was just a coach.
He's just a big gum chewer.
yeah.
Literally, that's it.
A lot of gum.
A lot of gum.
I think they'll do fine. I think the
I mean,
Broncos.
yeah,
are
I think they'll
good
do
as
fine.
Fuck now,
I think the Broncos are
really good.
No,
I
don't.
don't-
Actually, I don't know about
Division
good as fuck.
champs. Good.
No,
Ah.
no, dude.
There,
no.
there's a
Yes.
lot of competition in this division. So it,
No.
It's gonna
that
get good.
defense is going to be totally different than it was last year.
Bro,
They
you-
had one of
gonna
the best defensive
Yeah.
coordinator minds in the business last year. Now they're going to a total different coaching where it's an offensive system. We're going into an offensive head coach. I just don't. I don't.
Did they
I
lose
can't-
Vic Fangio?
Yes,
Oh, I didn't know that.
they
No,
fired.
not really a Broncos
Fangio.
guy.
Yeah.
Fired Fangio, hired Hackett.
No, I thought the DC was him.
No, they didn't.
Who's
They
their
didn't go-
defensive coordinator?
A new hire. They got an all new house over there, Broncos country.
Can you confirm that?
I can confirm that.
Because their defense is nasty, and then when they signed Von Miller again,
Fangio is not there. I can tell you this
I know.
1,000%.
You think Von Miller goes
get
back?
that.
Yes.
Von Miller's going back.
Yes,
now.
he
He's gotta
already
go
already
back now.
posted it on his Instagram a day before they got Russ.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going back.
He just went to go win a ring real quick.
Yes,
Yeah,
and
Just in
what
case.
Broncos just
What's
finessed
sick about
the
that-
Rams.
is that yes, the Broncos got a second and a third round pick from the Rams. Okay, the Rams won the Super Bowl. Von Miller's right back.
Right back.
He pulled the old Aldous Chapman.
Loved it. Mile high, baby.
The old Aldous Chapman. Yankees traded Chapman to the Cubs for prospects
Yeah.
who ended up being Torres, their shortstop of the future as of right now. And then after the Cubs won the World Series that offseason, came right back to
Loved
the
it.
Yankees.
I just like that this is the first quarterback to ever beat the team in the Super Bowl and then go play for them. I think that's sick.
That is pretty dope. And I think he looks pretty good in those colors, those edits that I've been seeing lately.
Is he
Russell
going to keep?
Wilson
Is he
only
going
if
to
they
keep
wear-
orange
three?
and blue.
Yeah, only
Is he
if they wear
keeping
the
the three?
orange.
Yeah. Only if they wear
Only
the
if they wear
orange.
the orange. No, he can't
Yeah.
be 3. That's Drew Lock's number.
Drew Lock got traded.
Bro, Drew Lock is freaking
He was in the deal.
singing Jeezy somewhere else, bro.
Drew Lock's in the deal. Drew Lock is now
Yeah.
in line to be
Seattle's
Seahawks
quarterback.
quarterback.
If they just switch and just keep the same numbers. Russ
Yeah,
needs to be a
three's
different
lit.
number.
No, 3 is
Like
lit.
5.
I can't remember what. I don't know if his number was 3 in college or not.
3's
No, it's
goated.
10.
Why don't you like
He was
3?
10 at Wisconsin.
Yes.
I think 3 looks nice on jerseys.
Or he might have been 10 at the first school he played at, but he was 10 one year. I remember that. He's going to be 3, though, and I'm pissed at that, but whatever.
Why are you hating
I-
on it?
I like this deal for the Broncos. We haven't really talked about this much. They have really good young wide receivers:
Yep.
Tim Patrick, Cortland Sutton, Jerry
What if
Jeudy.
they sign Gronk?
I mean, that's another weapon. Maybe.
That team
I heard
is soupy
Gronk was
down.
interested in the Bengals, or the last time we heard
No,
about Gronk.
no, he was fucking around then. He's interested in the Bills, I heard.
No,
They
the
need a couple
Bills
more
are
weapons on
interested in
defense, though.
him.
Von Miller
He wants to
can't
play
do it.
with Josh Allen, I heard.
I didn't hear that quote, but he was quoted saying Burrow. The Bills are interested in signing him to a deal, though, is what I saw.
Gronk.
Yes, Gronk. I mean,
That'd be
nasty on the
nasty,
Bills.
too.
Him and Kevin
Oh yeah.
or Dawson Knox. I always want to say Kevin Knox.
That'd be
Dawson.
nasty, though. But like I said, the Broncos need more defense. Though Von Miller can't do everything.
Hell no,
Their-
bro.
their
Their defense
defense
is
is-
fire.
is
They
pretty
literally
good.
won
They traded
won
top
8
10, weren't they?
games.
They traded one of their best defensive linemen in this deal. Straight up veteran in their clubhouse. Like one of their best defensive linemen was traded.
Getting Russell
Their
Wilson.
best tight end was
Russell.
traded. It was a big deal.
It was a
You know,
good trade.
Two first,
I- that's
2
what I think.
seconds.
I think it was a great trade.
Though.
2 first, 2 seconds. No Fant, Drew Lock, and then their D lineman. I can't exactly remember.
When
his
you
name.
think of trades, this is exactly what you
What you want?
think.
Yeah.
This was.
I think
even.
it was. I don't
There
think it was
There
even.
wasn't a lopsided trade.
I think this was lopsided.
How?
They got 5 picks and 3 players for Russell Wilson.
Russell Wilson still has 8 more years left in him. 8.
And- but
Legacy
he-
quarterback.
What did he show last year? Guy dookied on the field.
I didn't want to play.
You're
for
really going to
Seattle
compare
anymore.
last year. You're going
He
to
was
compare
Okay,
last
bro.
year.
His most recent season that he's played in the NFL, he was bad.
DK was
You know
playing
who he
future
is.
in the locker room.
Yeah, we joke about that. But, I
You
mean,
know who he is.
yeah, I know dangerous Russ Wilson.
Yes.
I've watched him. I've watched his whole entire career.
I hope you
Dude,
watch
do
him
something. He
closely
could do
because you're
something
going to
with
face him.
I'm
every time
in
you
the
hear.
division. I understand this, Trevor. I just
That's why you're talking down on his
Insane.
name.
no. I'm
Biased.
not. If he had
Not
if he
biased.
didn't play last
I'm
season,
not biased. I think they're
and
gonna
all
do
I
well.
could look at are the numbers before, I'd be more hyped. But when I watched last season, he looked terrible out there. Maybe it was that offense line was so bad.
Look at the Seahawks now. They literally just released 2 of their longest tenured players. They're literally done. They blew
Yeah,
up.
Why did they do that?
Starting
I don't
a
know why
rebuild.
they did that. Where does Bobby Wagner sign?
He's going to
Absolutely
the Cowboys.
anywhere.
Anywhere?
Cowboys,
Chargers.
No. Chargers. That would be a dream because
That'd be a dream. That'd be
he
dope.
helps that defense so much. But
I think he goes
I don't
to
know if
Rams.
the Chargers spend money on.
Oh my god, he goes to Rams. I'd be so pissed, bro.
I mean that's a option
Everyone
because
in-
Rams love.
Everyone says they want to go to LA. They're probably mean the
I'm gonna
Rams.
pick the Rams.
Well,
Facts. And I hate that. I hate that so much.
The Rams own LA.
Rams are a better team.
All we got going for us is Justin Herbert, bro. That's it.
I mean, they got a good. Chargers got a good offense. Good young coach.
We got
They
a
got a
good
lot of
young
moves
coach
to make.
and a good young quarterback.
Chargers got a lot of young.
Rams just won a ring. Everybody's going to Rams.
Oh yeah, I don't care about the fandom. I'm a Chargers fan because they were from San Diego, and that's where I'm from.
Yeah, loved it.
Just because I leave San Diego doesn't mean I'm not from there.
Yeah, but they're starting.
I get up and move
Pissing me off.
from San Diego, and I'm gone. Doesn't mean I was never from San Diego.
That'd be lit if we get Bobby Wagner though.
Yes, Bobby Wagner's a dream for a lot of teams because he's still a great
stud.
linebacker in this league.
Yeah.
The reason they cut him is because it was $16 million that they were like, we're not going to put up the best football anyway. I'd rather give somebody who cost $1 million a chance, let Bobby go out and win at the end of his career. Let him pick where he wants to play.
Yep.
You know, it's just doing a veteran guy solid.
Oh,
And-
I'm gonna go to Denver then.
No one from
Not mad at that.
that Super Bowl winning team is left on the Seahawks. Nobody is left from that roster from back in, what was it, 2015, 2014?
Doesn't matter anymore.
From when they won the Super Bowl. So kind of crazy. 10 years have gone by since that draft, and that was honestly one of the best drafts that
Was.
But the Seahawks haven't had a good draft since. So looking at these trades, if the Seahawks don't draft well, which they haven't spent good in the draft, they're going to lose this trade no matter what.
I mean, you have to rely on Drew Lock to get you some wins now, which is going to be hard.
Well,
Sign
I don't
somebody,
think
bro.
I
You
don't
gotta
think
sign
Drew Lock
somebody.
will be the day one starter
You gotta sign
next
somebody.
season.
Who do you think he's going to be? Geno Smith?
There's a lot of quarterbacks out there. Marcus Mariota, Mitch Trubisky, I
Deshaun
think,
Watson.
which are all better options at quarterback.
I mean, maybe we'll see.
Ryan
I guess.
Fitzpatrick was awesome when he bounced around. You know, he's a great quarterback
Fear the
mentality,
beard.
like quarterback groomer, and a great guy to have in the clubhouse. So
Great QB locker room.
during those weird years that you need a quarterback, those type of guys come around. The Fitzpatricks of the league.
Maybe Big Ben will go there.
Big Ben retired, like we said he was gonna. Cheeseburger Alley now.
Cheeseburger Ben, buddy.
As soon as he retired, he crushed
You
so
thought he's
many
been fat before?
cheeseburgers.
He's about to be like on the end of Austin Powers episode.
He's going to be blinging still. 2 rings. Pinky and the diamond ring.
No.
Feels good. He's gone. Goodbye.
See you later.
Shinny has.
You just don't hope I don't get Deshaun or any of the good guys.
Well, I mean, right now Steelers are not interested in Deshaun, so I'm okay.
Says who?
Says Ben Lever. I read his name.
Dover?
But
Could be. That's
do you
what
think the
Deshaun
Steelers
told
gonna
the
get?
women in
What
the
do you
club.
realistically, Shenny? What do you think the Steelers are thinking right now?
I'm
Draft.
praying we get Malik Willis. If we don't, but there's no shot.
I think he's
But I'm
going to end up
praying.
being the first quarterback off the board.
What's
Not
your
going to
guys'
lie to
pick?
you.
What's your guys' pick?
We're like 20. We made playoffs.
Yeah,
bro.
they made
Yeah.
playoffs. There's
Come on, bro. We
there's
made
not going to
playoffs.
be much quarterbacks at the 20 spot.
Matt Corral is probably the best.
He might
at
be
that
because-
Ole Miss quarterback.
Because he
Yeah.
got injured.
Oh.
He's
That's the
nice.
reason why he's going to
nice.
fall.
I would let him.
He's
I would let
very
him
nice.
compete.
He's very nice.
I would let him compete with Jimmy G or like someone like that. I don't. Mitch Trubisky is my worst hope. If we get Mitch Trubisky, I'm crying.
And
And Mason Rudolph.
Ole
I'm
Miss
crying.
quarterback is just
Mason
gonna be
Rudolph
the next
lo-
Mitch Trubisky.
Someone interviewed Mason Rudolph and was like, "How do you like the offensive coordinator?" And he was like, "Yep,
I saw that video. Yeah.
yeah."
You know, it's edited.
No, I don't think so.
Our offensive coordinator sucks. We just hired a new one though.
I thought you kept the same one.
I don't. I thought we hired a new one.
I thought it was defensive coordinator that
Not a
left,
true fan.
and everyone wanted the offensive coordinator to leave.
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't check up on my Steelers facts. I thought you'd present those.
Yeah, if your luck is Matt Corral, though.
We have Matt Tomlin. I don't care.
What? Mike Tomlin? You can't even say his goddamn name right, and you're a fan? Holy shit!
Don't even
save this clip for future me. Oh, I forgot. Forgot Dan Campbell. He's one of those guys. Lions. Jared Goff.
I just hope that you remember the clip from earlier this pod. Aaron Rodgers is Pittsburgh. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna do.
What about this Calvin Ridley gambling type thing?
This is a sick story to get into because Calvin Ridley basically walks away halfway through this year saying mental health, stepping away from the game.
Yep.
Then recent news comes out that he had been betting on a third-party app.
I don't think your mind
on
messed up
NFL games.
Gambling.
He was gambling on FanDuel.
He's gambling on FanDuel. I didn't want to give a free ad, but there you go, Shinny. Thank you. He was gambling.
His username was
for the Falcons to win. He did gamble.
Calvin Ridley.
That's what his name was?
Yes, literally his username had his name in it.
I did not know that.
Damn, that's probably how he got caught.
No, NFL has a team of investigators who sweep through payments and shit like that
and he got fucked because of W-2. He probably had some winnings on there from FanDuel, blah, blah, blah.
No, I don't think he won.
Oh, he lost
Yeah, the NFL just has a team of investigators that go through everyone's shit, and he bet it with the app that's still on his phone, so they traced it all the way back to his number being used in the app.
That's so dumb. Why don't you just have your buddy do it?
You bet 3 times,
$1,500
right? 5-team and 8-team parlays.
Yeah, it was a 3-team, 5-team, 8-team. Yeah. Total $1,500 bet.
Yeah, but why don't you just have your buddy? You're literally Venmo him $1,500. Go make a bet for me, bro.
Dude, he ain't even worried about that.
I don't know why he thought like that. I don't know how he didn't know he was going to get caught, bro.
Yeah,
this is the 21st fucking century. You're not allowed to bet. And you see, the crazy thing is he gets suspended for 1 year. He's now the longest suspended player in NFL history.
Damn, really?
Yeah, no player has got suspended more than 8 games.
And he got suspended the whole year.
If you test positive for steroids, it's 4 games. Weed is 2 games. Domestic violence is 6. Michael Vick was arrested by the American court of fucking don't even know 2007.
He was suspended for a year though too. Indefinitely.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was just arrested and
he had to get reinstated.
That's crazy.
That's weird.
The Eagles signed him.
It was just arrested.
No, but there's a Falcons fan saying that we now hold the 2 longest suspensions in NFL history from one team.
Nice. Different. But I mean, NFL has to realize that you are a fucking partner in this shit, bro.
Yeah, bro. They were giving coaches money to lose games.
NFL is sponsored by, what is it? Vegas and their fucking sporting. It's one of the biggest contracts the NFL has is recently signed was them signing a deal with I can't remember the MGM Grand.
What? Doesn't matter. That guy's idiot box too.
I think Calvin's stupid. I mean, obviously, that's a dumb mistake that he made. I mean, no one probably told him that you're not allowed to gamble.
He was probably chilling by himself, just made the bets real quick. Didn't even think twice of it.
And if he was smart, he should have been. Well, I retired mid-season, so
if he was really doing it for the money, he would have went through a friend or something like that.
And obviously, he wasn't doing it for the money because it was $1,500. Maybe this was something to help him with his mental health, trying to get him back into football. I'm going to bet on my team to win. I'm going to bet on this, and
that's a good back in. That's a good way to put it. Actually,
maybe that was trying. Maybe that's trying to help him get back into football head.
Yeah,
So
back into the game.
I can't.
Still a fucking
anything against him. He's stupid because we all know that this is a rule, and that's just being stupid.
He's stupid because he put $1,500 into gambling, and now he loses $11 million from not playing football.
What a bet.
Game. All he does is work out all day, fucking lift weights, catch fucking footballs.
And
$1
I
million.
All he's gonna do is get better though, like he tweeted.
I hope this is something that's gonna help him get better. His mental health, fitness, everything. He needs some help, so hopefully he has some friends or family that's gonna help him out. But it kind of sucks.
Is it even legal in Atlanta or Georgia? I guess it is. Yeah.
Gambling,
sports betting. I honestly don't think when I went to Georgia it was. When I was in Tennessee, it was.
He could live there, I guess, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure.
Might have been at a hotel somewhere.
Pretty close.
Vegas. Get his mental health checked in Vegas.
So we talked about Aaron Rodgers going back. We talked about Russell Wilson's trade. Let's get into Washington Commanders.
Oh, yeah.
The Washington Commanders, the Commies, make their first move.
It's the worst move you could ever make.
And it's to trade for Carson Wentz of the Colts. So this is a doozy.
Wow. I wouldn't think they'd do that.
Why?
Because Carson Wentz what has he proved? He went to the Colts and just dismantled that team.
I don't think the Colts have any wide receivers.
He still sucks.
Yeah, you don't have to have good wide receivers to throw the ball right, make big plays.
I mean, he only had 7.
I think your quarterback should make your wide receivers good, personally.
I mean,
True.
He made the running back good. JT wasn't good the year before. They had a 3 running back carousel. So this year they focused more on the run because their quarterback they didn't trust as much.
But I think that's what a good quarterback does, though, is
he's
make his wide receivers better.
Guy might get hurt.
He is injury prone. Double ankle roll. Remember when that happened?
CFT said it best.
How do you hurt both your ankles same time?
He did have the best handoffs in the league.
See, exactly.
That's the only thing he could do. That's literally the only thing he could do.
This is a weird trade for me because I thought Carson's best bet was another year on the Colts.
Yeah.
But the Colts definitely didn't think the same way as I did. But I just don't think that offense is that good for him to excel.
I think it's going to be funny because if you put Jimmy G on the Colts now, I think they're the same.
I think Jimmy G will have a worse fucking year.
That's what I'm trying to say. They're literally going to be the same as the 49ers.
Unless they make a move on offense to go get a wide receiver, a tight end.
OBJ.
Because the Colts tight end, Jack Doyle, retired. Yeah. So now they're out a tight end quarterback.
Well, which this draft isn't really. I mean, there is a good couple wide receivers out there, but they're all in.
It's first round.
Yeah, they're all in the first 10 picks.
Washington has a good pick, no?
Washington does. The Colts do not have a first round pick.
Colts do not have a first round pick?
Colts do not. They traded it last year.
And the safety from Notre Dame is a beast.
Yes, the safety from Notre Dame is honestly a top 5 athlete in this draft.
On that guy. Pretty good.
Yes.
Top 5 athlete in this draft. And I don't know if he goes top 5 because that's very high for a safety.
Yeah.
But he just might.
They said he's the best athlete in the draft, so.
Yes.
What if he gets converted?
Well, I mean.
Dude, have you seen him? This guy's a monster. He's like 6'4", 215, bro. Just straight free safety at 215. Are you shitting me?
Yeah, that's big. But I remember when
Antonio Gates was freaking 245.
When Derwin James came out, everyone thought he was going to go the 7th overall pick. He ended up falling to like 17 or like 15. So safeties, it's a team that needs a safety is going to have to go get one. Every team in the top 10, I think safety is the back of their mind right now. There's a lot more moves that need to be, like we go through Jags, I think need to build from the ground up. Like you got your quarterback, now we got to work on interior, exterior linemen.
They do not have their quarterback yet.
The Jags?
They might.
Yeah, they have their quarterback of the next.
Dude, I don't even count last year for the Jags because Urban Meyer and all that was just literally.
It was a show, bro. Yeah, it was literally WWE.
The decisions he was making, he's trash, bro.
No, I don't think so. I think
let's clip that. We need to clip that.
Yeah, we need to save this.
Clip it.
We need to save this.
I'd stamp it.
No,
He's
because
trash.
I don't think he's trash.
Why?
Because one, again, that Jags offense was horrible as a unit. Can you name me a Jags wide receiver?
Allen Robinson.
Nope.
No.
That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was.
That was the last time Jags
I remember him in the
were
unit,
fought.
though.
No, but like you can't off the top of your head because
DJ
they-
Chark got hurt week 3. So
week 3, yeah, exactly. I was gonna.
Yeah.
That was the name I was thinking about. But
There's another
There was-
receiver though.
they were all like hurt and didn't show up. Their
Yeah.
best receiver was
Chenault.
Chenault.
Chenault,
Yes,
that's the guy I was thinking of.
Chenault,
Yeah,
bro.
Chenault.
Like who?
Yeah.
Dog. That's what I'm saying. The Jags, Trevor Lawrence just came out from playing with one of the best football teams in America. They went a couple years. They won a couple championships. Went to a couple championships. Then he goes to the absolute by far worst roster in the league, like sculpted wise. And then you had stupid Urban Meyer drafting guys last year. Oh, we got actually have a good running back. Let's take a running back in the second round, waste that pick. It's just dumb decisions that were made. I don't think Trevor Lawrence is garbage. I just don't think he's had anything
Team around him.
anybody around him. They have a lot of work to do.
His
That Jags team.
decision
He's
making.
better than Mac Jones.
Yes.
Uh,
I don't know actually.
Mac Jones, I don't think had the
Mac Jones
greatest
could
weapons
be
either.
On a strings from Bill Belichick though.
Matt Jones is going to be exactly like Matt Castle.
You think so?
Matt Castle.
I think Mac Jones is more like Phillip Rivers.
No, don't even give him that much credit.
Yeah, I think
Really?
So. I think that's a good comparison.
No.
He's a bigger body guy.
Can't really run too fast.
Likes to throw
Pocket passer.
short. Doesn't got
Yeah.
the arm. He's a Phillip Rivers guy.
Yeah.
No. He's worse than Phillip.
I tweeted this out. Over and under 6 games for the Commies this season. Wins. Over 6?
They're literally an 8-9 team, 9-8 team. They finished
say
second in their
6.
division this year.
I wanna
They'll
say
finish
6
second again
games
this year.
exactly. 6 games exactly.
I think I'd say over because I think Carson Wentz actually played better on the Colts than he has in a long time. Since his rookie year.
Yeah, but he's just going to the same exact team.
He's back in the NFC East,
And all
Yes,
right
back in
running
the
back.
NFC East. He
where
had
he
he
had the best time of his career.
Yes, next year,
True.
this following season, his first in the Washington Commies, he has to face the Eagles twice, and he has to go back to Indy. So he has a lot of. Remember those revenge games we talked about so much during the year?
Can you do it though?
He's got a couple on the sketchy.
Yeah.
Can he do it? I don't know how Washington's going to build their team. Their defense was so strong a couple years ago, fell off this last year.
Yeah.
So I can't say how good the
Is Chase
Commies
Young
are going
hurt?
to do.
Is he still hurt?
Chase Young, well, he's
From
rehabbing from
ACL,
ACL.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an
He's
idiot
tough.
too.
Really tough when he comes back.
You know that.
It'd be
I
weak.
think if I'm the Commies, you got to spend some time on that offensive line. Try to get Brandon Sheriff back. That's a
Sure.
huge weapon
Yeah.
that they franchised the last 2 years. He doesn't want to be back. I don't think. Franchise tag him 2 years in a row.
Didn't they have the really good O lineman, the tackle, and then he just left?
Yeah, Trent Williams. They traded him for the
Yeah.
49ers.
Yeah, that's what
They
I
got
thought.
some pretty good weapons.
I mean,
Offense.
Scary
Logan
Terry,
Thomas.
Weapons. They have literally.
Logan Thomas,
Logan
yeah,
Thomas,
Antonio
Terry,
Gibson.
Agent Gibson, yeah.
I mean,
Like
if they could bring that defense back, that team's not terrible, especially in that division. The Giants have a lot of fucking work to do.
Why are we even talking about him?
Well, I'm just saying that
I
division.
saw Mock saying the Giants were going to get Malik Willis, and I was pissed.
Yeah, bro. I think the combine, which we need to do an episode on the combine and the guys that kind of jumped out at
I
us.
hate the combine.
I do too because it's a skill test.
It's a lot of shirts. You're
It's
wearing
not-
shirts, bro.
It's not
No,
an NFL.
all the 40 times were off by like literally a long shot.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
official and unofficial times.
Yes, those
They're
were terrible.
always off.
How do you show off?
Well, because the unofficial is literally like the TV's clock. The official is the laser that they have
all
going.
be the same. I don't know. I don't know why that technology is not the same.
Well, they just
because they don't have the same laser that they're using on the field.
The NFL is not getting straight information up to them after every 40. They're just like
there's better technology that I feel like they can use.
It's set up for just for you to be watching. It's not set up for a scout to be watching. The scout's supposed to be there timing them himself. That's that whole program for
that
fan.
Girl just freaking clocking in the thing. You saw that video of that girl?
Yeah. She's literally focusing all the way down to make sure. There's a lot of things that are gonna happen already in this NFL season. We are like 7 months away from NFL, and we're talking about them right now.
I love the NFL.
Yeah. I live and breathe for news.
Yes, love it.
For rumors.
For news. Yeah,
I'm a rumor fanatic.
I love them all.
I love sniffing out a little rumor.
Oh yeah,
unreal.
Shinny, from the Steelers, I want you to give me a dream, an average, and an actual. Like a dream quarterback the Steelers will have, the actual quarterback, and like an average pick like you'd be okay with. We're going to go through some quarterback list teams and
okay.
You're perfect, I would imagine, as Deshaun.
It's got to be. He's the only one really realistically left in the dream. My actual, I would love Jameis Winston in black and gold. And then my third, like average, I'll put
Carroll.
Well, no, I don't.
Jimmy
Not
G
draft.
/ Mason Rudolph. Jimmy G / Mason or Mitch Trubisky / Mason Rudolph. I'm pissed if that's like a that's who we settle for.
You're pissed at Mitch?
Yeah, or any rookie too. I don't like rookie quarterbacks. I'm tough on them.
Yeah. But I mean, I think the Steelers are going to go rookie. If I were to say,
I don't know why they wouldn't.
I mean, you got.
It's just the last time when we transitioned from franchise quarterback to franchise quarterback, it took us fucking like 5 years.
It does take a long time.
You saw what the struggle did for you, though.
Yeah, but we had some baller quarterbacks out of there too. Dennis Dixon, I think his name was. He's unheard of.
Takes a long time to find a quarterback you could build around, you know?
Yeah.
But if I'm a Steelers fan, dream's obviously Deshaun. I'm okay with Jimmy because I think Jimmy only has 1 year. So if I'm a Steelers fan, if we get Jimmy, we have to go 1 or 2 round quarterback because Jimmy's only a stopgap. I got 1 year to stop the gap to let
just a mentor.
Yeah, to let a mentor. I mean, to give him all the Tom Brady speeches in the world he can, and then move on to a Matt Corral or other quarterback. I don't know. I think Malik's too high up. I mean, I don't know where Washington goes now because I thought that was just an easy fit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Giants, but I don't know how the new regime, the Brian Daboll, the new regime.
Yeah.
I just
even now, there's like, say those guys get drafted to a team with quarterbacks, like that just means more room for everyone else. Like the backups, what if they get traded?
Yeah. Well,
there's
what's a backup you want though, dude? Like,
I would say the dream backup
would take Daniel Jones for 1 to 2 years if
Daniel Jones.
I was not going to say DJ. Jesus Christ, that's
Daniel
terrible, Jones
bro.
Is the Mark Sanchez
of
any
this
rookie.
I'll take
right
any rookie over that guy.
You don't know the Steelers vibe, what the Steelers can do for a quarterback.
Yeah, I think
don't know the coaching staff is so much different.
I think the quarterback
shit
gets
done there.
If I'm the Steelers and I'm thinking backups, I'm thinking Marcus Mariota.
Yes.
Mariota hasn't been a starter in a couple of years.
I mean, yeah,
that guy is
Marcus
sleeper
Mariota would be
talented.
nice. Yeah.
I think he's sleeper talented.
I think if you don't get Deshaun,
he's
then you
proven to
can
me
Marcus
that he can't
Mariota.
play 16 games.
Because Marcus Mariota is basically
and we have
mini
17
Deshaun.
now.
He's proven to me he can't play 17 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. You'd have to have a viable second option, a Mason Rudolph or a rookie-esque.
Not Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph is the only quarterback they got on the roster, so I'm
Get
gonna
rid of him.
I'm gonna keep saying Mason.
He's not bad.
He's
wins
terrible,
games.
bro.
Oh, he wins games.
Terrible.
I think
Whether
your
you wanna
roster
believe it or
wins
not.
games, not him.
He wins games.
No, sir. No, sir.
Not versus the Lions.
Not worse.
Worst team in the
Didn't
league.
lose to him either.
Nope, tied him. Doesn't
And
win
who made playoffs?
because of that. Because of the tie.
That was not the beat. Did he teach?
Yeah, I know.
What was that?
Shit, he might be a little deaf. Something.
It has no rhythm.
If you're a Seahawks fan, where are we sitting? Dream scenario to what you will take, and then like your
Marcus
bottom
Mariota
dollar.
could go there.
Well, I think dream scenario for them as well is
Drew
Deshaun.
Lock.
And are you okay with Drew Lock because of the
No,
rebuild?
I am not
Yes.
okay with Drew Lock.
Yes,
Those are big shoes to
I
fill.
want 1 year.
Dude's
Drew
stepping
Lock.
into that team, and those are. He can't play with those boys. Are you kidding me?
What are you talking about?
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I
But
think
the
I feel like
Seahawks-
that's a high schooler stepping into an NFL team still.
Actually, a better question is where does DK go? Because if they're getting rid of everyone, DK's got to want out.
He's going to the Cardinals.
Everyone going to the Cardinals?
nobody.
Everybody goes to the
That-
Cardinals.
Cardinals got no room left.
No, you know what would be sick for him to go to, which would be unfair and I'd hate it, is Green Bay, but we'll see.
That's a dirty move right there.
I would hate it. Two Devontaes running around.
That's dirty right there. That's honestly
Yeah.
probably perfect team for him to go to.
Or you even put Tyler Lockett on there. Fuck it.
Honestly, if
Where's
I'm
Tyler
a
Lockett
betting
going?
man, yeah. See,
Titans.
I think
Titans.
the Raiders
Titans?
need a
Ooh,
wide
Raiders would be
receiver.
nice. Tyler Lockett fits right into that offense.
They don't have a number
49ers
one.
49ers need one of those
Mm.
guys. They're not going to trade anyone in
What
their
about the
division, though.
Redskins? What if the Redskins?
The commies.
Yeah, they
Colts.
signed DK.
You have to trade for him.
The
Trade
Broncos.
for DK or something.
I don't think
Broncos.
Broncos
he's
have
not
3
gonna
wide
follow
receivers.
Russ Wilson. He can't bring future into that locker room.
Did you see what I tweeted? Now DK can listen to future.
Yeah, I saw.
DK
I'm just thinking of teams that need receivers. The Chiefs need them bad.
Chiefs don't need receivers.
What are you talking about?
They have so many fast guys that
The
they just
Chiefs need
fucking
receivers
Pringle,
so
they just
bad.
pull out of
What
it.
is wrong with you?
No,
They need someone who can just jump up in the air and catch a
I don't
ball.
think they do.
DK is perfect for that.
Don't think so.
Yes. Tyreek can't 5'7" Tyreek cannot jump and get that ball from 6'4" DK can.
Chiefs don't need
Mike.
him.
Chiefs need him bad.
Shit, he just likes
Need
getting on my
him
nerves
bad.
because that's
Yeah, he
he
does.
knows that's stupid take.
Exactly, I know. he
Chiefs
does.
Chiefs pull wide receivers out of their asshole.
No, the Chiefs
Literally,
secondary.
literally.
The Chiefs
Who's
second
who's
string
the
wide receivers.
Pringle?
There's nobody deeper than the Chiefs.
Pringle sucks.
Pringle.
Demarcus Robinson sucks.
No, he's
They all
actually pretty
suck.
good.
The guy who caught 3 touchdowns in one game sucks.
Say that.
You can't say that stat. And
3
say
touchdowns,
he sucks
one
in the
game
same
sucks.
sentence, bro.
Shit.
He
Shinny
had
is some
3
of
touchdowns
the-
all year.
You're ignorant, bro. You
He
are
had 3 touchdowns all year. What do you mean?
Ignorant.
Well, he's a backup.
Ignorant,
3
ignorant,
touchdowns as a
ignorant.
5th stringer. Great year, bud.
Yes, sir.
See you next year.
Nope.
You're in your spot back.
Yep, absolutely. You're getting more
Earned
reps
your
last
They
year.
spot.
have no second string wide receivers. DK would fit perfect there.
Okay,
I got the best quarterback in the game.
Shinny's
right
just
now.
throwing dumb points. If you are the Colts, who is your quarterback next year?
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G.
Jimmy G's good pit. I agree with that. Nobody else
See,
better.
that's so stupid.
Why?
Because Carson Wentz and Jimmy G are the same dude.
Jimmy G can run a little faster.
Jimmy G, I don't
Jimmy G
think
has just
Jimmy G
tons
doesn't get
more,
as hurt
10
as much
times
Carson
more
Wentz.
playoff experience.
you're right, Shinny.
Yes.
Playoff experience. Colts got to get there. I don't think they have a roster for the playoffs.
They're not
though.
too far though. You can't tell me they're far away.
Hey, and
like,
Jimmy G
like the
played
Redskins are.
fantastic
like
the
that.
last 7 games of the year before he was injured playing in the playoffs. He's hurt. He had to get surgery. That's why I still am kind of high on Jimmy G. being a quarterback in this league.
I've never been hype on Jimmy G.
I've never been hype on Carson Wentz. And
I've never really been hype on Carson Wentz.
I don't think you can compare them.
I mean, I guess Jimmy G is just better in playoffs because he's had the opportunity. Yeah. Carson Wentz never had the opportunity.
Better arm? I wouldn't say that.
He started a soupy.
No, he didn't.
Jimmy G?
I'm saying Carson Wentz. I already gave Jimmy G his praise for playoffs. Saying because Carson Wentz didn't have the opportunity to play that playoff series. Towards ACL.
You didn't need to. Nick Foles did that shit.
Jimmy G has a Super Bowl as a backup, though.
It still counts as a soupy.
Not really. When you're talking about, like, oh, you have a Super Bowl. Like, not really counts for Jimmy. That's about it.
That's about it. A little NFL summary, a little MLB summary.
Yeah, just talking a little sports. Giving you my take.
Like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about it?
Yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Oh, fuck me. We forgot we're giving a giveaway.
Yes, sir.
Holy
forgot about
shit.
That.
Holy.
If you haven't seen it yet, one Stagecoach ticket.
Yes, sir.
And yeah, this is our biggest giveaway. You know, most of the time we've been giving away some jerseys, some of our merch. We're giving away a $500 fucking concert ticket
to one of the biggest country concerts in the world.
Yes, this year. Like Stagecoach, Luke Holmes, Carrie Underwood. There's some names.
There's some names on there.
Go check us out on IG.
Make sure
right there.
Yours.
You like, tag someone, and are subscribed to the YouTube.
Gotta be subscribed.
And hey, maybe you can win the fucking ticket, man.
Who knows?
Lucky. Only one person. I only got one. I'm giving it away.
I only got one.
All right. Nothing wrong with being average.
Peace.